you ever been mistaken for a stripper cop at an actual police station? I showed up at the downtown precinct to file a noise complaint against my neighbors, wearing what I thought was a perfectly reasonable Halloween costume from the party I just left. I was dressed as a sexy cop because my friend Jessica insisted on a group theme. The party ended early when real cops showed up about the noise, ironically, and I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone by filing my own complaint while I was already out. Walking into that police station at 11 p.m. dressed in a fitted blue mini dress, fake badge, plastic handcuffs, and fishnet stockings was the stupidest decision I've made in my 28 years of life. The desk sergeant looked up, sighed, and said, "You're early. The party doesn't start until midnight." "What party?" He winked. "Right, what party? Dressing rooms down the hall, second door on the left." Before I could correct him, Officer Williams grabbed my arm. "Thank God you're here. Rodriguez called in sick, and we thought we'd have to cancel." "Cancel what?" "Shh," she whispered, looking around nervously. "Captain doesn't know about the party. Just get changed and wait for the signal." She shoved me into a room full of actual police officers who were decorating with streamers and setting up a cake that said, "Happy Retirement, Captain Murphy." A younger cop handed me a gift bag. "Your actual uniform's in there. Corporate said the sexy cop entrance was too much, so just do the regular routine." "There's been a mistake." "No time," someone yelled. "Murphy's coming." The lights went out. Everyone hid behind desks. I stood there in the dark, holding a gift bag, dressed like a budget Halloween costume, wondering how my life had reached this point. The lights flipped on. Surprise! Captain Murphy, a 60-year-old woman who looked like she could bench press a car, stood in the doorway. Her eyes landed on me immediately. "Who?" she said slowly. "Is this?" The room went silent. Officer Williams stepped forward. "Your retirement entertainment?" Murphy's eyebrow raised. "You hired a stripper for my retirement party?" "No." I finally found my voice. "I'm here to file a noise complaint." Everyone stared at me. Then Officer Rodriguez walked in, perfectly healthy, carrying a box of donuts. "Hey guys, I felt better so I came in for the party." Williams pointed at Rodriguez, then at me. "If you're here, then who's—" "I'm not a stripper," I yelled. "I'm a kindergarten teacher who went to a Halloween party and came here to complain about my neighbors playing music until 3 a.m. every night." Captain Murphy started laughing. Deep, body-shaking laughter. "You walked into a police station dressed like that to file a complaint?" It seemed efficient at the time. The whole room erupted. Cops were doubled over, crying with laughter. Someone took a photo that I'm sure ended up on their bulletin board of shame. Murphy walked over and put her hand on my shoulder. "Honey, I've been a cop for 30 years. This is the best retirement gift anyone could have given me." Williams thought she hired a stripper. "You thought you were filing a complaint, and I get a story I'll tell forever. Can I please just file my complaint and leave?" "Oh no," Murphy grinned. "You're staying for cake. This is too good. Besides, we need a full statement about how you ended up here dressed like that." They made me tell the whole story while someone took notes, occasionally interrupted by fits of laughter. The noise complaint form kept getting passed around as evidence of my criminal lack of judgment, as one detective called it. Then the actual entertainment arrived, a retired K-9 unit doing tricks with his handler. Everyone applauded when the dog walked in wearing a little police hat. "See," Williams said to me, "we're not complete idiots. We hired a police dog show, not a stripper." "Then why did you think I was—" "Because Roger," she pointed at the desk sergeant, "told everyone he hired something special. We assumed the worst." Roger turned red. "I said I hired Special Officer Biscuit." He pointed at the dog. "His name is literally Special Officer Biscuit." The miscommunication chain was incredible. Roger hired a dog. Williams thought he hired a stripper. I walked in dressed like a party cop. Everyone jumped to the wrong conclusion. Captain Murphy made me stay for the entire party. I ate cake with 30 cops while dressed like a Halloween costume gone wrong. They actually helped me fill out the noise complaint properly and promised to send a unit to talk to my neighbors. 3 hours later, I finally left with a party favor bag, a piece of retirement cake, and a photo with Captain Murphy, who insisted on posing with "the best accidental entertainment ever." A week later, my neighbor Jeremy knocked on my door. "Did you really show up at the police station dressed as a stripper? How did you—" "My brother's a cop there. He sent me the security footage." The video had apparently made its way through the entire department. Officers from other precincts were requesting copies. Someone set it to music. Then came the letter from the police chief. I thought I was being sued or banned from the building. Instead, it was an invitation to their annual fundraiser. "As our guest of honor," it read, "your story has brought more joy to our officers than any team building exercise ever could." I went to the fundraiser wearing a very conservative business suit. Captain Murphy was there, retired but still commanding attention. "There's our stripper," she announced to everyone. "I'm a kindergarten teacher. That's what they all say." She winked. They'd made a whole presentation about misunderstandings in law enforcement, using my story as a humorous example of why clear communication matters. They raised $20,000 that night, partially because they auctioned off a signed photo of me in that ridiculous costume standing next to Officer Biscuit. Now I have a standing invitation to all police department parties, where they introduce me as the civilian who accidentally went undercover as undercover entertainment. Last month, one of my students asked why I was in a picture at the police station wearing a funny costume. "How did you see that?" "My mom works there. She says you're famous." I'm never living this down. The entire police force knows me as the kindergarten teacher who dressed as a sexy cop to file a noise complaint. They've offered me an honorary position in their community outreach program, specifically to teach kids about appropriate dress codes when visiting government buildings. The irony? My neighbors are quiet now. Turns out Jeremy was so embarrassed by his sister's connection to my viral moment that he bought everyone in the building noise-canceling headphones.